Well, hey folks, BC7 here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks very much for stopping by today. We are here in the Ricciville map for Farm Sim 19, and I'm just gathering a wee bit of leftover oat bits, as it were. Indeed. This is the oat field we harvested not so long ago. Do hope everybody's doing absolutely awesome today. I was having a look on the mod hub just before I started the recording here, and I see this new DLC. Oh, maybe they've released the DLC, but no, I guess it was just some preamble for it or something. But I don't know, man. I don't know. As much as I like to support Giants, because I'm, have been playing their games for a long time, and yeah, it's certainly not the most impressive thing they've ever brought to town, is it? I mean, the only thing that's there that we don't already have a version of is a thing that bales gotten into bales, and that's what we need, right? Is another type of bale, let's face it. I mean round bales, like small, yeah. Oh well, on the other hand, and on the good side of things, Seasons mod, which is very, very, very close now, looks absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. A lot of it very familiar to those of us that spent time with Seasons in FS17, like the the little HUD thing that appears in the upper right-hand corner is pretty familiar looking. I think some of the symbols might be a wee bit different, and for some reason, rather than putting it in a nice standout color, it's in this terrible white that doesn't show up against the sky, kind of like the rest of the stuff that they've currently got in here from Giants. Again, I'm sure that's something you could change to whatever color you wanted by just simply going into the files and shifting it to, the RGB values to 50 instead of 250 or whatever it is that gives you white. And I think 50-50-50 is quite a nice blue, by the way. And yeah. So, but it looks good. The menu, the Seasons menu itself, again, looks very familiar, and yet I think has considerably more function. There's still a choice of how long you want your seasons. I believe it's 3-day, right? Because it's still divided into early, mid, and late. So it would be a minimum of 3-day, and all of the seasons periods divide by those three sort of parts of the season. The finer gradients, as you will. And I believe it goes right up to 24 days. So, very, very much looking forward to it. Even have kind of a let's play worked out, depending on what happens with certain things, i.e., like whether or not mod authors can easily convert maps, or what's required to do that, basically, I suppose. Yeah. Now, can I get away with unloading directly from here into animal pens? Other thing I'm curious about is what are the other ingredients this fertilizer thing needs to work? Because, yeah, this one, right. Yeah. Let's just use the handy-dandy pass-through function. No, I don't want to unload it there at the moment. I'll see if I can go down and throw some of it in the new pens. And then then indeed we have a harvest. Now, that row of trees across the road, that's coming down. I've got the gear in place, and we're going to get to that pretty soon. But it's going to come down, and I'm going to expand the farm a little bit over in that direction. Now, the pigs are also going to require some of this, aren't they? But of course, you can't load it in until you got the critters. We don't have the critters yet. Maybe that's something I should do today. Whoa. Ah, good. I can dump it straight in here for you guys. Okay. Kind of glad you didn't take it all. All right. Now, if I'm lazy and buy the pigs here, what are you going to charge me? It's not there, it's not there. It's... Huh? Oh, right. Install pipeline, direct filling of water. Do we want to do that? No. We want to do our own water. Thanks. Thanks anyways. So what are you going to charge me to deliver pigs? Only $100? Well, man. So, 10 pigs is 1,000. That starts to add up pretty quick, doesn't it? Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay, well, we'll worry about our piggies next time. What I want to do is get started on this. Let's just check the state of our... Oh, that's canola anyway, never mind. I'm so paranoid I'm going to lose that straw value that I just... I don't care what it is. I want the straw. I mean, it doesn't make straw. Kind of a crappy crop, are you? Oh, you're worth 3 times as much as the crops that do make straw. Well, there you go. Yeah, animals. They're a whole new thing in seasons. Again, looks really complicated and really cool. Field moisture is a thing. You can experience times of drought. Problem is, I don't know if there's any implementation for watering the fields. You know, I mean, obviously we have equipment that will hold the water. And we do have equipment that will spray liquids, although, God help us, they're nothing like water. But, yeah. I mean, is it going to add something that will allow our fertilizer sprayers to handle water? I don't know. I think that might be something that, you know, I mean, if you end up going with a 24-day season, and let's say you have 6 days of extremely hot weather in the middle of the summer, you know, all of the crops have listed drought as well as frost resistances. And yeah, you can go all year waiting for a crop to come in, and you know, gets a little colder a little earlier than you expected, and boom. You know, if your crop has a low frost resistance, it's gone. So yeah, really looking forward to it. I'd like to try running a small farm scenario. Like small equipment, do a, you know, struggling working man's farm type of thing, and away we go. See how we manage. And then if this gets a season's update, we'll certainly continue here as well. Oh, I know the last time they made it relatively simple. I mean, if you could figure out how to make a map, you could really quite easily integrate the seasons thing into it. because there was only a couple of lines of code. I mean, for a while there, they had it so you could do it if you weren't the mod author. So. It was just a matter of adding something that would create the snow mask, etc. There wasn't that much to it. The mod handled most of it. So hopefully it'll be something like that again, and all of our favorite maps will take up the gauntlet of seasons. Yeah. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it, and it is not far off. I've also been scraping a few pennies together every month and putting it aside in the quest for the last piece of the great computer rebuild. Well, the last piece. The last that'll make a difference and finish the last project, which is, of course, upgrading my video card from the sad little 1050 Ti 4 gig that's in it currently. I'm looking at hopefully an RX 580 8 gig. If it doesn't quite come to fruition the way I'm hoping, i.e. the ones that are a reasonable price jump by the time I can actually afford one, then maybe a 578 gig. So, yeah, I know the new Vega is out and blah, 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 but yeah. The difference between being able to drop $250 and being able to drop $300, it may sound like a difference of $50, but it's a difference of a month, possibly two. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Man, 3 passes and we're not full. Yikes. Let's hear it for the low-weight crop canola. That's alright. Should be worth decent money. Oh. Let's not be doing that. Yeah, we're gonna be a ways here before we fill this thing, aren't we? Kinda disappointing. Is this, alright. So it's only one fertilization, so that's going to lose us, what, 10% or whatever the heck it is. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, I see in seasons they're going to go back to a 3 fert state. So yeah, to get full croppage, you've got to fertilize 3 times. And here's some really good news. Although, this is probably old hat. You guys probably already know all of this. I don't know why I'm rambling about it. But you know what they've done with weeds, eh? Yeah, love it. We'll actually be leaving weeds on from that point on. Yeah. And I'm waiting for someone to come up with a backpack sprayer. That's all I'll say about it. All right, 84%. And I think I've already got the tractor and trailer ready to come over and take this. Although I don't really think I need that huge one. I could probably bring the little truck again. Yeah, I might just do that. Usually at this point you're just panicking for it to fill, but man, it takes a long time with canola, eh? This last 3% out here. Oh, 14.4. Alrighty, we didn't wreck too much of it, I don't think. Lovely. There we are. Whoops. Oh, well, we'll drive on this side of the road, why not? Because it's a really stupid idea. Zoom. Hear him go by. Wow. Far she blows. Oh, not now. I'm trying to see where I am in relation to things. That's what I thought, a little further forward. I couldn't tell if it was filling or not because of that silly steam pop-up. Oh, by the way, the game they were talking about, that Russian fishing, that's a bizarre thing, man. It's like a fishing simulator RPG. I played an older version of it. It was pretty twisted. The only problem with it is it's to really get ahead, you do end up having to spend real life money. So, well, I mean, to get ahead, to reach a point where it doesn't suddenly become just the most enormous grind you could imagine. Alrighty. Thank you very much. Takes a little longer to get up to speed with a full load of canola on there, right? How you doing? Nah, don't have a passenger. There we go, now we're talking. No, you can't have my canola. It's going into the silo. Whoa. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. That's worse. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Come on, baby. A little more. No, you're just not gonna, huh? Whoa. Come on, baby, pull. Thank you. There we go. Managed to suck ourselves out of that one. Barely. Alrighty, down you go. And I think we'll quit being lazy and just come in from the other side from now on. Yes, what a good plan. See if we can catch this cement mixer. She's barely, Woo. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. Hey there, how you doing? Oh, spun us out. Nicely done. A pit maneuver from a cement truck. Well done. Well done indeed, laddie. Well done indeed. Alrighty, truck. Back to the task at hand. Connecting little canola bits. Yeah, there seems to be some really good deals right now on 570 and 580 cards. Newegg's got some pretty good deals on. Like $215 Canadian for a 8 gig 570. XFX, I believe is the brand, and about 240. 235 on rare occasion will get you a 580. And that is considerably less than they've been offered for before. And yeah, this poor little 1050 Ti, not a great card to start with, but it's probably getting a little tired by now too. It's run all of my rendering and all of that stuff for, what, 3 years now? 2 years? I don't need enough little card, you know, and if you're not a real gamer thing all the time, it would certainly be a more than ample card for most stuff. Like, I'm sure it plays, you know, your esport games and stuff like that at a great rate. Weird thing is, they're still dang near as expensive as the 570s and 580s by AMD, which would really make you go, well, why would you ever buy one of these? Well, probably because at the time, I believe a 570 was about $380, and this was about $240. So now for the 580 is $240, and so are new GTX 1050 Ti still. But we'll see. It's as awesome as it would be to move into an AMD CPU and board, I'm going to keep my little i5 as long as it's usable. You know, that's just a bit too much. Too much change. That'd be a whole new motherboard, new processor. Yes, I just did that. Well, I did the motherboard anyway. And I quite like the Z270 that I bought for the i5. It's a nice one, gigabyte naturally. one of the few I'd trust. Asus is pretty good as well. But when I was doing a lot of computer building, ASRock, won't touch them. MSI, they've also always got such a nice feature suite, but I don't know how many of their boards I've had to RMA over the years. And that's never fun. No matter how easy the process is, it takes time, and it means that the board you were working on is no longer in front of you, which is, of course, the worst part of it. I don't think I've ever had to RMA a gigabyte board, and I've bought a lot of them. Asus, I believe once I did. And that was way back in the time of AMD K5 processors. And I happen to remember that when they sent me a new board, it worked flawlessly. So, there is that. Because I ended up using that computer for quite a long time. I think that was one of the first ones I built after getting out of this sort of 486 era. Which is why it was a K5. It was kind of the next thing up. Was getting out of the 486s and into the 5s. 586 era. Which, of course, now they don't even use that. Because I guess new chips would be, what, 986? I don't know. They're 9th gen now, aren't they? Or I guess K9s, but who the heck wants to go with that for your chip designation, right? Oh, the new AMD K9. Woof. She's a real dog. Yeah, that's the advertising you want for your new flagship CPU. Our new chips, they're a real dog. Yeah. Well, we're getting this done. Yeah, it's not going to be a great yield. Maybe 30,000. Now, what does granola go for? Let's have a look. Canola. Oops, that's oats. Here we go. Well, it ain't great, is it? 1,067. I mean, if you consider that sunflower and soybean are worth a lot more. In fact, oats are doing better. 1169 at Angelo's Pizzeria, eh? Still. Considering how close that is to what oats are selling for, and oats will give you a better harvest and straw. Yeah. I don't think we'll be going back to a canola field here. Oh, and that's another thing that's really kind of cool, is you kind of need to plan out your year's worth of crops. And by years, I mean multiple years. And it will, what you do with the field over the years will make a real difference on your crop yields. You know, like if you were to leave a field fallow for a year and plant wheat the next year, you would do much better on the wheat than if you just planted it the first year. So yeah. Whoa! And tread marks in the crop, eh? Not good, not good. So yeah, like I said, I really, really, really like what I see so far. Yeah, it's a good time to look down, make sure my mic's plugged in or not. 30 minutes in. Yeah, finally realize you've been talking to yourself. I think actually I'm going to call the episode there, guys. So, hope everybody enjoyed. Till next time, do take care of each other. And I meant to mention this actually at the beginning of the video, and I do apologize. It's great to all of you that hung out this long. In the description down below, really good idea to give it a read. The author of this map, who is still working on it, by the way, is, well, there's a bit of a story going on there, and knowing what a bunch of good people the farm community is, it would be awesome if you would do your best to help the guy out. So, but beyond that, like I said, I'm going to call the episode here. I'm going to stash our goodies here, and I'll finish that field. So till next time, guys, take care of each other, have yourselves a wonderful day, and ciao for now.